So the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, traded George Pickens to us, the Dallas Cowboys, to my team. Look, I love the Mike Tomlin, but you trade away a superstar receiver. You're still trying to get a quarterback. So regular season, Steelers have 183 wins, 107 losses, and 2 ties. Postseason, 8 wins and 11 losses. Total wins, 191 regular season, 8 postseason, 199. Total games, 292. But so Mike Tomlin, the regular season, is 183 to 107 losses and 2 ties. Postseason, of course, 8 wins, 11 losses. Only 2 Super Bowl appearances. One they won against the Cardinals, and the other they lost against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. So career, he's 191 and 118. But their playoff is abysmal. And Tomlin didn't coach the Steelers in 2007. It was still Bill Cowher, because that was the year they beat David Garrard and the Jaguars in the playoffs. And then he handed it off to Tomlin in 2008. 2008, Tomlin takes him to the Super Bowl and wins it against Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Bolden, Antrell Roll, all those big superstars, and the Cardinals on some bad calls, in my opinion, as usual. The Steelers got rid of a perceived headache. The Steelers' biggest headache is they haven't had a quarterback since Big Ben left. And even his last few years there, he was not as productive as in previous years. He was worn out, worn down, and just tired. He was getting hit all the time because the offensive line always stunk. It was always patchwork offensive line. Defensive line was hit and miss. It was older. And then they got younger, and now they're getting older again. They're trying to get younger again. Just a waste of talent they've had. And to only make 2 Super Bowls and have a 1-1 record in those is not the Steelers from the 70s, 80s. The 90s wasn't great. The early 2000s wasn't great either. So I guess they're going through that funk again, like we've been going through since 1996. I think it's a loss and a win. The Steelers and Tomlin doesn't like nonsense. Tomlin likes guys who fall in line, do what he says, and not talk bad about the team or the staff. He doesn't like that. I understand that. And I love Tomlin. I think if he lost his job today, he'd have 10 or 15 lined up easy. Just in the NFL, not even including college. or high. I mean, he could coach anywhere he wanted. So he'll be a Hall of Fame coach. The fact he hasn't had a losing season is great. But in Pittsburgh, the standard is Super Bowls. And getting into the championship games in the Super Bowls. Titles. They've only had 7 AFC North titles. So I don't know what the answer is. They need a quarterback. They need to draft another Ben Roethlisberger. They'll be looking at next year's draft for a starting quarterback. I think they're going to be in trouble this year, and they could have their first losing season. Schedule hasn't come out yet, so I'm not going to say yet. Schedule comes out Wednesday. But if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, Mason Rudolph going to lead you? Your rookie, Will Howard, I mean, I think he could, but it'd be an awful tall task for a 6th-round pick. I think they're in trouble. I know Fields wasn't great and Russell Wilson wasn't great, but is Mason Rudolph any better? The guys you have on that roster now are not going to be enough. And that offensive line struggled again last year. Now, do I think Justin Fields is going to be the answer in New York? No. Unfortunately, I think he's cooked. I think the Bears completely screwed him. I don't know. I think they might just find a way to have a winning season and just miss the playoffs. Be just 1 or 2 games short, but still have a winning record. If they get into the playoffs, the Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Ravens, every team, the Bills getting better. I mean, all these teams getting better in the AFC. Again, I just don't. I don't see it. The Texans are going to be they're going to bounce back. The Jaguars have to bounce back. If they bounce back and have a great year, it's more competitive. They're just in trouble. The Dolphins are going to be good still, I think. The Jets, I don't know, because they still don't have a quarterback. The Bills, are going to be good. The Patriots are going to be better this year under Mike Vrabel. They're going to be better. They might be my sneaky pick to make the playoffs. We'll see. But the Steelers could be on the outside looking in. The Browns, if any of their quarterbacks step up, especially Deshaun Watson, that spells trouble for the Steelers. I don't know. I just don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Love Mike Tomlin, but I don't know how much longer they're going to put up with this. They're going to have to make the championship game for him to stick around next year. Then again, ownership does not switch head coaches very often at all. What's he like, the third or fourth head coach in Steelers history? How many other organizations can say that? Certainly not us. So there's good and bad that comes with that. George Pickens, he could end up destroying us. Or he could get in line and say, you know what, change of scenery is good. This is my last opportunity. And really ball out and do something with it. Who knows? Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and notifications. Once we hit 100, doing a free giveaway. Love y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.